All right, number 7. A certain drug can be used to reduce the acid produced in the body and heal damage to the esophagus due to acid reflux. The manufacturer of a drug claims that more than 91% of patients taking the drug are healed within 8 weeks. In clinical trials, 220 of 240 suffering from acid reflux disease were healed after 8 weeks. Test the manufacturer claim at the alpha equals 0.05 level of significance. Okay, so we are given that we're going to go ahead and write the null and alternative, that the proportion that are healed is going to be equal to 91%, the 0.91, and the alternative would be, he claims that it's greater than, so we're going to say greater than 0.91. Alpha equals 0.05, so if P is less than this, we reject. We have to test NP times 1 minus P, so the sample size is 240. So the first thing we're looking at is doing 240 times the 0.91, and then 1 minus this, 1 minus 91 will give you 9. That's going to add up to be 100.09. Okay, so we're going to see if this is greater than 10 first. That's my first thing. So we're going to do 240 times 0.91 times 0.09. That gives us 19, and we want to round to 1 decimal place, so 19.65, which will round up to 19.7. So 19.7, that is greater than 10, so that meets the first criteria. The sample size is blank % of the population, greater than, less than, so we don't know what the population is. Certain drug produced in the body, manufacturer claims, and clinical trials. So it doesn't say anything. So we're going to guess the U.S. population. 240 is significantly less than 5%. And it says, and the sample is given not to be random. So it doesn't tell us anything about the sample. It doesn't say if they chose random, if they did. But because of these two criteria, we can assume that it's random. It's bigger than 10, and we use less than 5%, which we're assuming that as well. So the requirements are satisfied for the test. All right, we're going to fill in the null and alternative, which we started with. The population proportion is equal to the 91% that we're claiming versus the proportion is greater than, because he says more than, okay, 0.91. So now we're going to find the test statistics. So we're going to do StatCrunch to get the rest. Stat, proportion, 1 sample with summary. Number of success for this one was 220. The total number that we chose out of 240. Hypothesis test is equal to 0.91 versus greater than 0.91, and then we have a level of significance 0.05, and we want to show that value in the table. And so we get our table output. Okay, and we are looking for the test statistic first, so that is the z-stat. So we get 0.36 to 2 decimal places. And the critical value, which is given here to 2 decimal places, is 1.64. And then the conclusion, the p-value is 0.35. It's 35%. That's really high. It's way, way higher than alpha equals 0.05. So We do not reject the null. It's too high, not enough evidence. So do not reject the null. There is sufficient evidence. Do not reject the null. There is insufficient evidence. There's weak evidence, so not enough evidence.